So hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 54 of our Aston Martin Save. Now, if you didn't watch the last episode, you didn't actually miss that much. It was Monaco, we did score very decent points, but it was pretty much a procession around Monte Carlo. Fernando Alonso getting P4, Pierre Gasly getting P6. What does that mean for the standings? Well, constructors-wise, we are still solidly in P3 and actually catching Ferrari at this moment in time. 187 points, a 17-point difference between us and second place. Only 42 points to Red Bull at the top. Driver standing-wise, Max Verstappen very much leading the way with 5 wins so far this season and 6 podiums. But Pierre Gasly is doing his best to stick with him. 110 points at this moment in time. Carlos Sainz third. Fernando Alonso is in P5 in the drivers. So where do we go to this weekend? It's one of my favourite circuits actually. Baku City Circuit in Azerbaijan. 51 laps around here. Charles Leclerc holds the lap record in 2019 of a 143 dead. What can we expect here? Street circuit, obviously, low speed cornering, but a good long start finish straight as well. So car attributes, top speed, very important, and low speed cornering. Expected strategies are 1-stop from medium onto hards. There is an option of a 2-stop of medium, hard, soft as well. Historically, we do tend to get some safety cars around here, and we have had some improvements to the car as well. We've had some new side pods come in and some new suspension as well, all in time for this Grand Prix. So I'm going to get all the practice done and we'll see you in qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Hello from Baku, where we're looking forward to a weekend of racing among the medieval and the modern, here at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Drivers will be battling it out on the streets of the Baku City Circuit, a real contradiction of a track. From the long main straight, where the less drag the better, to the tight turns where downforce is a necessity. Teams are going to have to work hard to get that balance right. We're about halfway through the season now, and there's still plenty of time for everything to change. All eyes are on the teams and how they tackle the rest of the year. Okay then, let's get to it.
So here we go then, final straight in Q3, P7 and 8 for our guys at the minute. Max Verstappen set an absolutely stonking lap, but Fernando Alonso is green through the first and second sectors. It's very, very tight between the top 10. Can Fernando Alonso improve significantly? He can. He's up to P6. He gains 2 tenths on that lap. Pierre Gasly is the next one. He's dragging along the Red Bull behind him. I'm not quite sure if that is Max Verstappen actually. Pierre Gasly, yellow through the first, yellow through the second, doesn't improve enough, and he's going to be setting off in P8 unless there's any improvement from Guan Yu Zhou. And Lando Norris, to be fair to these guys, have had a cracking qualifying so far, but it does mean that Max Verstappen will start the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on pole. Leclerc and Sainz will be second and third, Perez P4, Fernando Alonso starts in P6, and Pierre Gasly will start in P8. Let's have a look at the strategies. Right then, ladies and gents, we are going to split the strategies. Fernando Alonso, he's going to start on the standard medium to hard strategy. Apparently that is the quickest. The 2-stop is showing slightly quicker, but I'm not convinced. It's very difficult to overtake on this circuit, and we haven't got fresh soft compound tyres to use either, so we're going to stick with the medium to hard for Fernando and basically invert it for Pierre Gasly, let him run long and see what we can do from there. Like we say, good chance of safety cars around here, so let's get to it. 5 red lights, Azerbaijan.
This is what you've been waiting for. It's the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
And away we go, and straight away we are going to ride on board with Fernando Alonso into turn 1. He's going to get a great view of this little battle in front of him, and straight away it looks like he's got Lewis Hamilton near enough covered off. But let's have a look at that all-important tyre selection. All the guys at the front are on mediums, barring Valtteri Bottas, who's had a storming start. Lewis Hamilton cannot keep pace with Fernando Alonso. Maybe we're going to be saying that in real life this year as well. The Aston Martin looking particularly quick in real life. Obviously, they've been watching this series to make those adjustments. Pierre Gasly, he's on the hard compounded tyre. He's been overtaken by Guan Yu Zhou. As you probably expect, it's going to take a little while for these hard compounds to get in the working range and become optimal, but we're going to be strong with Pierre towards the end of the Grand Prix. So as it stands, Max Verstappen leads us away in P1. The Ferraris are side by side going into the castle section. Fernando Alonso sitting pretty in P6. He's just got to tag along to Sergio Perez, and we shall go from there. Lap 1. This is possibly what we wanted. Lando Norris has managed to get past Pierre Gasly on the soft compounded tyre that he's on, but Pierre can now latch onto the back of him. He's had a very difficult start to this race, Pierre Gasly. He won't be happy with the strategy, but I'm hoping Lando Norris can pull us up to the 2 cars in front. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso having a lovely time keeping up with all the leaders and driving at a very good pace indeed. But once again, Max Verstappen is nearly 2 seconds clear and just seems to be in a league of his own. Lap 4. Lap 8, you can see at the top of your screen, Fernando Alonso, new fastest lap of the Grand Prix. We did use a little bit of ERS, it must be said, but at this moment in time, he's all over the back of Sergio Perez. He's still within touching distance of a podium here. If we act right with the strategies, get the safety car call right, if that should come, Fernando is in a decent spot here. One man with him is Pierre Gasly. He's in the secondary train, and he's not really making moves there. He's just got in front of the McLaren again as those soft compound tyres start to die off pretty quickly. We're going to see Zhou fall back into Hamilton, and that's when really we need him to hold up so Pierre Gasly can get a shift on. We'll just have a little look at this overtake from Pierre Gasly with the DRS down the long straight, and by the time he got to the corner, he'd pretty much got it covered on the outside, and the battle very much continues. But Pierre Gasly, we're hoping that this race will come to him towards the end. Lap 8. Lap 10, you join us by live with Pierre Gasly. We told him to use some ERS to catch up to the 2 in front of him. He's certainly done that, and now he's going to get DRS all the way down this straight. Will he be able to catch up with these guys? And more importantly, as these 2 battle, he might be able to squirm ahead. He's making a look round the outside, can't quite do it. It's 2 by 2, Hamilton and Zhou in front of him. Hamilton's now got the inside line into this next corner. Can he make a move here? He's got DRS again as Pierre Gasly. Hamilton's struggling to compete with Guan Yu Zhou. We'll keep an eye on this, but Pierre Gasly on the hard compounded tyre. Hamilton moves across and blocks him off, and unfortunately, Pierre can't quite get the job done, but I'm sure on the next couple of laps he's going to get past these 2 and start making his way towards his teammate Fernando Alonso, who's having a nice time as well. If we ride on board with him around this gorgeous circuit, we can see Bottas and Perez in front battling away, and then the 2 Ferraris. Is it undercut? Is that what we should be trying to try and undercut these guys? Obviously the Ferraris have got to come in one after another. I guess that they're on the same strategy, am I right? I am. So Verstappen's running away with it, but safety cars or strategy, it's going to come down to this. Lap 11, both cars now in a decent position. Pierre Gasly coming back through the field. The battle for P7 is going on and on and on. Zhou and Hamilton are causing us so much pain in this race. We just can't seem to get Pierre Gasly past him, which is really, really frustrating. But I'm hoping he's going to manage to do it on the next couple of laps, because Zhou's tyres are now shot. And if we have a look at the race reports and the predicted strategies, if we just have a quick look, these guys should be coming in any moment now. The soft runners should be in. We've got another few laps with Alonso, and then obviously quite a long time with Pierre. But at this moment in time, it's frustrating for Gasly. Sergio Perez is finding it quite frustrating with Valtteri Bottas as well, who's off 2 seconds to the 2 Ferraris in front. And it looks like when Perez get past, Alonso's got to do the same. Lap 14. Lap 16, soft runners are in. Bottas is in hard, as is Ocon, Zhou, Norris, Latifi, Tsunoda, all in. Fernando Alonso has now got 1.3 seconds. He's got to catch up to Sergio Perez. We're going to tell him to use the ERS to do so. Pierre Gasly now has just got to get past Lewis Hamilton. Once he does that, he's then got a free run to use his tyres while he's got them, and then he's going to be quicker towards the end. But Fernando Alonso, important job now to catch up to Sergio Perez, and we're seeing a few more cars coming in. That's Yuki Tsunoda. We might as well have a look at the Williams. We don't normally get to see the Williams, but there is that Coinbase Williams livery driving round in 19th and 20th. Poor guys have not progressed since season 1. Pierre Gasly now all over the back of Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to make a move? I'm guessing down the next start finish straight, it's going to be Pierre Gasly's for the taking. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso doing everything he possibly can to try and get in that DRS of Sergio Perez, but he's having to drain the battery to do so. He's probably going to get it on the next lap and the next DRS stint. I don't think he's got it on this stint, in this next sector, sorry. So Fernando Alonso now catching up to Sergio Perez after using a lot of battery. He has got DRS, and now Fernando Alonso, we can chill a bit on the battery and now just pull ourselves up to Sergio Perez in front. Is Pierre Gasly going to manage to get Lewis Hamilton here? He's using all the DRS, not using too much battery. Is he going to get it done into turn 1? He's not, but I've got a funny feeling by the time he gets onto the next DRS straight, we might just see it. We're going to stick with this battle. On lap 17, it's Hamilton versus Gasly. Pierre Gasly, he's got the DRS. Is he going to manage to get past Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton's parking that car, and we can see it from Gasly's point of view. He just can't get past him at the moment. Lap 17, lap 19, finally, Pierre Gasly gets past Lewis Hamilton. Wonderful work from Pierre. He's managed to get past him, and he's got past him at the optimum time. Really, now we can really use these tyres, because it must be said the medium tyres are starting to come to an end of their really competitive life. So Lewis Hamilton now down in P7. There's 10 seconds between the two Aston Martin cars at this moment in time. We're now starting to look at pit stops and when is the optimal time to bring Fernando in. Lap 19. The front cars are pitting. Max Verstappen already has lap 23. Perez is in, as is Sergio Perez. So this is where it's going to be absolutely key. We need to arrive behind Sergio Perez. The hard compounded tyre. Perez is coming down the pit lane. Are we going to get held? We aren't. He comes out safely in front of us. Are we going to enter any traffic? Gasly's now in front. Gasly could potentially hold these cars back, but Fernando Alonso a little bit further back, than we would have liked. 1.6 seconds, but we'll try and bridge that gap now straight away. Use a bit of the tyres and catch back up to Sergio Perez. Pierre Gasly now P3 on circuit. Max Verstappen's already passed him. But a long way to go for Pierre. It will come to him at the end, lap 23. It's just not happened for Fernando Alonso in this last couple of laps. Since the pit stop, he's dropped to 2.2 seconds behind Sergio Perez. All we can hope for now is that these guys in front start to hold each other up, and it comes back to Fernando towards the end. Pierre Gasly has got a 20-second pit stop to make. Where is that going to bring him out? It's going to bring him out around P14, but he will have the fresher tyres. Safety car would really help Pierre at this moment in time. Lap 25. Pierre Gasly has been doing absolutely everything in his power to hold up these cars. We'll just watch this little overtake from Pierre on Sergio Perez. Perez got past us on the start-finish straight. We then used the DRS to get back past him, but what that meant was that we could hold him up a little bit, and all this is allowing Fernando to get back in it. We saw Pierre Gasly we saw Fernando Alonso allowing Pierre Gasly to win the Spanish Grand Prix. Well, he's certainly returning the favour here, and Pierre Gasly will probably be in this next lap. Lap 29. Lap 30. Pierre is in. Fernando's back up with Perez. Perez might be able to pull him back up to the Ferraris. We'll just have a quick look at that. As you can see now, Fernando's well back in it. Pierre Gasly, though, in the pit. Where is he going to come out? You'd suggest it's not quite been the optimal strategy so far today, but Pierre Gasly out in P13 in a nice bit of clean air. If he can stay in front of these two cars especially and go from there. Lap 30. Lap 33, new fastest lap. Pierre Gasly on an absolute charge. The rest of the grid now are on the hard compound tyre, 147 dead. He's currently lapping a second quicker than his teammate, and if we have a little look at it, what is he, around 20 seconds behind? Gasly's not out of this yet, and he's just catching up to the next couple of cars. So Pierre Gasly, don't write him off for some points today. Fernando Alonso, I think it's between him and Sergio Perez for P5. That looks like the maximum today for these two guys, although Bottas, I expect to start dropping off very, very quickly towards the end. Lap 33. Pierre Gasly, we haven't given him the easiest strategy. We haven't given him the easiest task this afternoon, but he's showing all his class. He's got past another two cars within a few corners. Pierre Gasly showing his class. He's now in P11. He could be very much on the points very shortly. Lap 38. He's just 5 seconds to Ocon, but he can use these tyres now. The hard compound tyres are going to get slower and slower. Gasly is going to be on him. Lap 38. What an overtake. This is from Pierre Gasly into the castle section. Beautiful work on the inside. just before this tight little chicane that we've got going on here. Pierre Gasly now in the points in P10, and he's on the back of Joe and Magnussen. They're the next two up. Hamilton's gettable, I think, on current pace, so it's all on Pierre Gasly. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso is having to do a little bit of work to try and stay in the DRS of Sergio Perez, lap 42. Moving on up, Pierre Gasly, superb work again, DRS straight, found the gap, executed to perfection, overtaking two cars on one straight. Beautiful work for Pierre. It's P6 and P8 now for the Aston Martin cars. Can he catch Lewis Hamilton? I doubt it. I really doubt it. We're not catching Lewis Hamilton by enough. I think P6 and 8 might be it for today, lap 47. You join us final lap. Max Verstappen, absolutely dominant. 30 seconds he finishes in front of anyone else. Then come the two Ferraris who are basically battling it out for P2. Alonso sat in P6 and Pierre Gasly sat down in P8. We'll keep an eye on Alonso. Just look at it from his point of view. Started P6, finished P6. Was there more in it for Fernando today? Possibly so. He dropped out of DRS at crucial points during the race. P6 won't be too bad for him, but we could have done a little better, I feel. Pierre Gasly, will he be frustrated that he got put on the alternate strategy? It could have paid off. We expected some sort of safety car. It didn't quite come for Pierre Gasly. He does finish with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so that's a bonus point.
Brilliant.
Literally and metaphorically as well. So Pierre Gasly comes across P8. Let's get to the final classifications. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another street circuit, another sort of disappointing performance. Max Verstappen wins, as we saw. Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc made up the podium. Perez in 4th, Bottas 5th, Alonso 6th. Hamilton in the Audi, splitting the two Aston Martins. Gasly 8th, Guan Yu Zhou 9th, and Kevin Magnussen 10th. Yuki Tsunoda in the Williams finishing dead last. What does that mean for the driver's standings? Well, Max Verstappen extends his lead and Pierre Gasly drops to P3 behind Carlos Sainz. Fernando Alonso picks up that respectable 8 points, but does lose ground to Charles Leclerc, and now Sergio Perez is only 2 points behind the Spaniard. Constructors wise, we are still in P3, but we lost ground to the two teams in front of us. Ferrari and Red Bull having much better weekends than we did. Gap to Red Bull now stands at 67 points. Little bit of a mountain to climb for us. I hope you've enjoyed that. We're trying as best. We didn't quite get it right with Pierre's strategy, but we will come back stronger at the next Grand Prix. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra!